Hi, this is Simon Lee. I'm back with Groove Live, otherwise known as G Live, and here we are on a very special edition of the show. Why? Because we have a very special guest for you. Now, before I introduce up this gentleman, I just want you to know that for those of you who may or may not know who he is, you are in for a real treat. For Mr. Nicholas McIntosh. Okay, if you don't know who he is, make sure that you look him up inside of the Groove community because he is the man who is going to be teaching us all about TikTok right here today. So just so that you know, Mr. Nicholas, from what he shared with me, is that even before I actually met him, before I got to know him, before we got to talk and chat, he actually had been sharing about my content. He has been watching my content for over 10 years, okay? Whether it's on YouTube, on my email list, or whatever else. And it wasn't even until last year, around October or November timeframe, that I even knew about this. And right when I got to know him, right when I had the opportunity to actually chat with him, I was asking him, hey man, why didn't you introduce me to you over 10 years ago? This guy is just a wealth of information. I learned so much about him. I learned so much from him. I learned so much about what it is that he does. In fact, if you've been a part of everything that we have gone through in our journey in growing our Groove expansion teams, everything from some of the graphics, the logos, the videos, the websites, and everything technologically in the background, a lot of these things could not have been completed without the help of this gentleman. And so for those of you who are here right now, I want you to sit back, relax, because the latest thing that I learned from him is that in reality, if you want to be a Groove superstar, if you want to be a super affiliate, if you want to do what you can to get the leverage, the unfair advantage to promote Groove Asia, and anything else that you want, then this is the gentleman that you would want to hear about. Now, before I introduce him up, this is what we shared with you here yesterday. So, of course, if you have never had the opportunity to see any one of our previous episodes, right? Because I just approved several of you into our groups, which means that we have a lot of brand new people who are joining us right here, right now. This is the good-looking gentleman right here. He is Mr. Nicholas. Today, he's going to be talking to us about TikTok. Now, if you don't know what TikTok is, I showed this yesterday, okay? And this is the official Groove Asia TikTok page or channel or account. I have no idea what it's even called. That's how out of the loop I am when it comes to the whole TikTok game. And as you can see, a whole 2 followers yesterday when I showed this. And then Nicholas, he said, hey, why don't I check it out? Why don't I take a look at it? Why don't I set everything up for you? And as you can see, he is a fast action taker. I'm going to refresh the page right in front of your eyes. And what you're actually going to see is that things have been changed, right? We got brand new different things over here. We got a brand new logo right there. We got our first video, which by the way, uploaded only less than 1 day ago, already at 168, which coincidentally, if you happen to be in Asia, you want to be a big part of Groove Asia, 168 in Chinese is actually a very lucky number. Okay, so this was by no means planned or anything like that. I just refreshed the page right in front of you. As you can see, this means that everything happens for a reason. You are here for a reason. We are in luck. This is all about good fortune. And regardless of what happens right now and into the future, I believe that this is going to be a very spectacular and fortunate road for all of us. 168 in Chinese stands for continuation of wealth. Okay, and so whether or not you believe in anything like that, I believe that this is still a great opportunity for all of us right here. And what do you know? We got an extra follower +1 since yesterday. So I'll let Mr. Nicholas talk to us more about what it is that he actually did, about what it is that you need to do. So if you are excited, if you want to learn more about TikTok, from Mr. Nicholas McIntosh himself, comment down inside of the comment section wherever you might be. It might be on YouTube, you might be on Facebook, you might be on somewhere else. I don't actually know. I don't actually care. What I do care is for all of you right now to get on the edge of your seats, to be excited, because this guy, he just told me about 30 minutes ago, right before he came on, he is very nervous. It's one of the first times, if not the first time, that he's actually doing a lot. He actually has a lot of experience in terms of coaching, in terms of teaching. He has a lot of YouTube videos, but from what I understand, he has never even shown his face. Okay. And so for the very first time, as far as I am aware, especially in this type of groovy environment, we want you to help us make Mr. Nicholas feel more comfortable. The more comfortable that he is, the more that he's going to be sharing with us. And of course, in the little time that we actually have with him today, we want to make sure that he does come back again and again and again, because what many of you probably don't know is that as part of the Groove Expansion Project, Mr. Nicholas is also one of our community leaders. So if you want to learn more about him, if you want to learn more from him, if you want to learn more about what he does to become a super affiliate for not only Groove, but everything else, I want you to be so excited. I want you to be so interactive, engage, ask questions, say hi. He will answer them at the end of his training. But for right now, please help me to give a warm welcome, a huge round of virtual applause, and let's take on Mr. Nicholas onto the virtual stage. Let's give a big hand to Mr. Nicholas McIntosh. What's up, mates? Good to see ya. A huge welcome to all of you. Say hi.
Thanks, Simon. Yep. Hello, everyone. My name is Nicholas McIntosh. It is my first live. For most of you who have watched anything that I've done before, I'm never on video. As Simon has probably mentioned before, I watched a lot of Simon for years and years, and he was never on video. So my point was that you actually don't need to be on video to be a success. So what I'm going to show you today is absolutely phenomenal. As you can see, Simon just showed you the new TikTok account. We basically created that less than 24 hours ago. Simon set it up initially, and then I've gone through yesterday afternoon, put in the logo, put in the information that you need, and we put up the first video, and 168 views. And so what's important about TikTok, right, is that the videos are very, very short. They're like a minute long. In fact, you can't have a video longer than 1 minute on TikTok. That's the most important thing. Now, I hear people all the time, and we've heard it over and over again, training videos are great, but I don't like to sit around for 4 hours or 2 hours or 1 hour. Well, the best thing about TikTok and the best thing about the channel that we're developing at TikTok is we're going to be able to provide you with 1 minute videos, snap videos on how to get things done. And most importantly, if you follow along with what we do, then you can do exactly the same thing for your groups and become leaders in your teams as well by providing information, building teams, and building groups. Because at the end of the day, this is about teamwork. You will never succeed on your own. And as wonderful as Simon was to introduce me the way he did, I wouldn't be here without Mr. Simon. So thanks, Simon. Thanks for the warm welcome. If it's all right with you, I think we'll jump straight into it and we'll see how we go.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But before we do that, just so that you know, I've been kind of highlighting some of these over while you were talking. So we have a lot of people who are saying welcome, very excited to learn about TikTok. A lot of people from all around the world, including Singapore and Canada and your hometown, Australia, right? And so all these different people are very, very excited to learn from you and very excited to learn more about you. But more importantly, I think today we're focusing first on TikTok. But just so all of you know, of course, Mr. Nicholas is just an expert. He says that he's not. He says that he's not very technical. But man, I've seen some of the sites that he's built. I've seen what he's able to do. There is so much more that this gentleman can be teaching us that I'm sure that this one session alone on this one single topic is not going to be enough. So if in fact you are interested in learning more about Nicholas and learning from him and all the strategies that he will continue to share, make sure that you do join us inside of our private communities. More specifically, inside of the Groove Asia ones, because we're not going to be able to share all of the content every single time into the main Groove community. But if you're inside of our Groove Asia ones, Mr. Nicholas, of course, is one of our community leaders. Even sometimes when I am not running the show, he's going to go on all on his own whenever he feels like it, because he has something more that he wants to share, or maybe he'll upload some extra videos. So definitely don't miss your opportunity to learn from Mr. Nicholas. I'm going to go ahead and put on a little ticker right below this video so that you can actually follow us directly inside of our Groove Asia community. And when you do so, you will be able to definitely learn more from Mr. Nicholas, as well as some additional things that he will continue to share. So without any further ado, of course, right now, I think you are very excited, Mr. Nicholas. I think the nervousness is a little bit gone, or maybe a little bit lesser now, but the more you do this, the more excited you become, the more that you share, of course, the better and the more comfortable you're going to be. And I think that you're getting excited already. So let's go ahead and get that started. A couple more people saying hi. Tara saying he has an awesome channel. Yes, he does. We also have Jahanika saying super exciting to learn more. And then we also have people who are saying cool. Yes, thanks. People from, again, Africa, all around the world. So yes, Mr. Nicholas, I know that you have something that is really, really cool, all prepared for us. And as you can see on the screen, grooveasia.cm, Customers Matter, TikTok, video marketing, Mr. Nicholas, go ahead and take it away.
Excellent. Thanks, Simon. Look, the first thing I want everybody to think about here, right, is that it doesn't matter what your age is when it comes to technology. Now, I hear it all the time, right? I'm too old for this. I'm too young for this. Rubbish, right? It's absolute rubbish. What you need to focus on is what you can actually do. And today, I'm going to show you how, no matter what your age, you can actually work with TikTok. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to go and look at two things to begin with. So we're going to look at setting up a TikTok account. So if you don't have a TikTok account, I'm going to show you how to do that. And then the second thing is I'm going to show you how you can actually download a desktop app, because one of the biggest issues with a lot of technology that is run on a mobile phone is that the screen's really small, right? It's really hard to edit videos or to do anything exceptionally creative unless it's recorded on the video itself. So let's just have a look at how we can sign up with TikTok. So the easiest way to do this is actually do it in a web browser to begin with. So you can go to tiktok.com/sign up. That's the website address. So tiktok.com/sign up. Now, I'd recommend that you sign up with an email address. Now, there is the option to sign up with Facebook and Google and Twitter, and I understand for a lot of people that's easy, but there's a reason that you shouldn't do that. Okay, because if you sign up with any of these other accounts, what's going to happen is it's going to be connected to a personal account associated with one of these rather than a business account. And if you're trying to brand yourself properly, then you should be signing up with an email address that's associated with your business. So you want to click on here and then just go through and sign up. Now, once you've signed up, what you'll want to have to do after that is actually go into your account on your phone, right? You need to go into your account on your phone to be able to do two more things that are very, very important. One is to upload a logo. Now, you're going to ask me straight off the bat, what size is the logo? Have you got pen and paper? Because you're going to need to write this down. You're going to want a logo that is 80 by 80 or 125 by 125 pixels. Now, I'm going to be very specific with this information because it's important that you get this right so that your image shows up nice and clearly. The second thing is you want it to be a transparent PNG. Now, if you don't know what that means, that's okay. You can look that up a bit later, but you want to save it as a transparent PNG so when you upload it, it looks nice and clean. The second thing you want to do on your mobile phone when you log into your account is make sure you put in this section here. This section is for other people to find out more about you. Now, in our case, we're obviously sending them to grooveasia.cm. but we could just as easily send them to Groove JV, or we could send them to a blog, or we could send them to another website. Or if you're doing multiple TikTok accounts, which we could consider later on, you might have a TikTok account for, let's say, your sites that you're running with Groove Member or Groove Sell, where you're trying to sell a whole heap of different products, right? You might want to do a TikTok for that. So they're the first couple of things that you need to consider in setting up your TikTok account. All right, now when it comes to the next couple of things we want to talk about is downloading the desktop app. So you can see here, I'm actually working on a PC. I'm not working on my phone. So how did I do that? Well, when you get to your account, what you want to do is on the TikTok page, so just go back to tiktok.com/EN. As you can see it up there, it's tiktok.com/EN. And down the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see this a little logo down here that says Get App. And from here, you can click on the Get TikTok for Desktop option. It's right down the bottom right-hand corner. Now, if that doesn't show up the first time you click on it, and all you get is a box that asks you to go to TikTok for your mobile device, what you want to do is just click on the TikTok logo again and refresh the page until that option comes up. It may take 2 or 3 times, but it will come up. And then you can actually download the app and you'll end up with a logo on your desktop. All right, so let's continue on from there. So what do we need to do after that? Well, the next thing we need to look at is 2 things. And this is about creating video, right? So you're going to need some type of screen capture software to be able to create your videos or record your videos. Now, of course, you can use a mobile phone and record video. You could use a digital camera. You could use a video recorder. But if you want to do screen captures, then you're going to want to use some type of screen capture software. And then you're going to need some type of video editing software to use to edit those videos. And I can see a couple of people have mentioned the different types of videos that they are using or technology they're using for editing and screen capture. So let's just minimize this and have a look at what options we've got. So the first one that I've mentioned, and I highly recommend you take a look at it, is called Free Screen Recorder. It's by a company called Screen-O-Matic, and you'll get that at screen-o-matic.com/screen recorder. They do have an upgrade option, not necessary, but it's really, really simple way to edit video. And you can also edit the audio and you can change different screen sizes. Now, here's a really important fact when it comes to recording your video, or at least after you've recorded it, when you go to save the video that you've made. This is really important. When you go to save the video, you must save it as a HD video, and it needs to be at 1920 pixels by 1080 pixels. So that's 1920 by 1080. The reason for that being is that the video itself is going to be flipped on its side to the exact same specifications later for the TikTok video. So you need to make sure that you're recording when you produce your video at the end of the day at 1920 by 1080. Now, as another option is OBS Studio, and I see some people have mentioned OBS Studio. So OBS Studio is really good. So I'm working on a PC, but if you're working on a Mac or you want more options with editing your video, you may want to have a look at OBS Studio. They have a lot of other options here. And of course, you can also stream with that, but we're not talking about that today. But you can see they have a lot of different options here that you could use with OBS. And as I can see, I think it's one of the members has mentioned OBS. Yep, there we go. So it's a great option. Now, when it comes to video editing, editing is a different beast altogether, okay? So the first two are about capturing video on your screen. The second one is also about capturing video on your screen, and you can edit in that video. But what I want to show you is the video editor that I use specifically for TikTok. But you can use this video editor also for YouTube videos. So bear that in mind. It's called OpenShot. Now you can get this at openshot.org. It's 100% free. It's never going to cost you anything. There are no upgrades with this. It's an absolutely fantastic piece of software. And as you can see, it works on every platform and it is free. Amazing piece of software. So we're going to have a look at this and how we use this to actually create videos or edit the videos we've created from other software platforms. All right, let's move on. So the next thing after that, what we're going to look at is actually creating videos. Excuse me. So we're going to create some videos and we're going to create images. Now, I've already made a video today, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on showing you how to make a video or how to do a screen recording. I think with the tools I've just mentioned, it won't take you long to work that out. It's pretty simple and straightforward. But we are going to look at images and creating images, because one of the things about TikTok is you need more than just video, okay? You want images on your page as well, because the structure of a TikTok screen is not set up for videos that you import, right? It's designed obviously for videos that are taken on a mobile phone, which is a full screen mobile phone slot. What we're doing is making videos with images and call to action. We're going to show you how to do that as well. And then we're going to look at publishing that video. So once we've made it and we've got the video and we've got it the size we want, again, 1920 by 1080, that's the size of the video you want. We're going to make a screener of an image screener, which funnily enough is going to be the reverse, which is going to be 1080 by 1920, right? And it's easy to get those two confused, and I've done it myself. So we'll leave some information on that later. But we're going to look at publishing the video to TikTok. All right, so let's get out of there and let's have a look at what we need to do. So to begin with, the first thing I'm going to do is take you into our little friend over here called Usign. Now, if you're a Groove member, you should have one of these accounts already. If you don't, you can go and get one for absolutely free. Don't you love that word, free? That's everything today we're discussing is free. It's never going to cost you anything at all right? So make sure you go and get a copy of Usign. And what we're going to do here is we're going to create an image like this. I'm not going to show you how to put all this text and whatever on here. That's up to you. And I'm not really going to show you how to use Usign, right? You can spend some time learning it. It's pretty easy. There's background, texts, graphics, filters, and uploads. If you want to upload your own custom-made images, you can do that as well. But the most important thing to learn here is that when I go into Usign, or Usign, however you want to say it, you can see here what you want to do is not select a template, but you want to create a new design. And when you create this design, you need to go into custom size. And the first thing you need to do is set the size of this template to be exactly the size required by TikTok, okay? So, as I said before, the size of a video was 1920 by 1080, but the size of the background is 1080 by 1920. And then we're just going to hit enter. And that will give us the size that we need for our background image that we're going to place behind our video. Now, I'll just do a couple of things here very quickly. I can change the text. I can put on a headline and a subline. Obviously, I can move this around. I can add in graphics, so I can add in buttons or emicons. So I can just grab an emicon really quickly and just scale this down. Show you how quick this is to actually make things. If I've uploaded something like a button, I can pull that into the page and I can do that. And the idea is then you create a custom background for your video, okay? Now, You need to put a call to action on here. My recommendation is that you mentioned, have a look in my bio or something like that. That's what I recommend you do. And then once you've got your video or your image for your video, you want to download it. So I'm going to click on download up here and go PNG. Now, this is critical. This is really, really, really important. When you go to download this image, make sure that you download it at the original size, okay? Not 2 times or 3 times or anything else, but the original size. That's what you need to do. Now, if you've done it correctly, you should end up with a background image like I've done here, and I'll just bring this up. Hopefully you can see this. We've got this image that we've created for the video we're going to publish today. We're going to show you how to publish this video, but you can see we've left some space at the top of this image. We've done that deliberately because we're going to end up with the video in this place, right? It's really important that you keep that space there. All right, so let's say we've downloaded our image and we've got our video. What do we need to do next? Well, let's just go back to our PowerPoint and have a look. Well, we're going to look at attracting TikTok followers once we've got our video into our account. And we're also going to look at how, once we publish this video, we can use the exact same video on Instagram and Facebook stories. Now, if you don't have an Instagram account, fine. But if you don't have a Facebook account, I'm going to scratch my head and wonder how you got here, unless you were on YouTube. Because Facebook and Instagram, as we all know, is where so many more people are. But the beauty about having a TikTok video is that we can multi-purpose it. You can publish it on TikTok today, and then you could go and publish it on your Instagram stories tomorrow, and then publish it on your Facebook stories the day after. So you can multi-purpose this content, right? It means you get 3 different places you can use this content. It's fantastic. That's what we need to be doing, is using content over and over again. All right, so let's get into it. Let's have a look at OpenShot Video Editor. So once you've downloaded the actual OpenShot Video Editor and you've got it, you can see I've got it here on the screen. It's very, very simple to use. So what I've done here is I've created the video. I'll pull this in. I've created a video that I'm going to use, and I've created the background. Now, I've completed this video already, so I can show you how to upload it, because it does take a minute or two to actually convert it once you've created it. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take this back off the screen a minute, and I'm simply going to drag these and drop these into this box up the top here. So I'm going to drag the video and I'm going to drag the background. Now, the next thing we want to do is change the view that we have in this editor, so we've got a little bit more control over what it is we can do with the editor. So I'm going to go up to view up here, and I want to come down to views, and then I'm going to go across to advanced view. Now, don't be confused about this. Advanced view just gives you a few more options. So let's click on advanced view. Excuse me. Now, the next thing we can see is we have a whole heap of options down here. This is where it gets really exciting, because you can put all these different filters over your video, or here which says transitions, and you like to transition videos, you can use all of these transition types. Now, we are talking about TikTok today, and TikTok videos need to be no more than 1 minute long. But as I mentioned before, you can use this video editor to create YouTube video ads as well. How exciting is that? There's no limit on those, and you can do all sorts of stuff in here. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do, though, is I'm just going to scroll down on the right-hand side till I get down the bottom here where it says track 1 and track 2. Now, the first thing I want to do is drag my image onto track 1. Now, why is that? Well, what happens with this process here is that higher layers overlap lower layers. In other words, if you think about it like you're building a house where you've got a layer of bricks and then I put a second layer of bricks on top, it covers the first layer. And it's exactly the same with this process. So you want your image on the bottom, and then I'm going to drag my video onto the next layer. Now, as you can see here, as soon as I brought that video on the right-hand side here, you can see what it's done is the video has overlapped the image. The other thing you need to be considerate of here is, again, with TikTok videos, no more than a minute long. You can see this one's less than a minute in total. And you do have the option over here to zoom out or to zoom in and get this so that you're just showing up to a minute or round about a minute, so you've got a better idea of what's happening with the video production. All right, so the next thing I'm going to want to do, though, with this image at the bottom is drag it all the way along. So it's just a click and a drag so it matches up with the end of the video. And then the next thing I'm going to do is there's a little slider up here. Sometimes it doesn't always want to work with your mouse, so it takes a bit of clicking around. But what you want to do is just get this roughly to the first frame of the video, where you can see the very first frame of the video. And then on the left-hand side here, what we want to do is look for this area called location. So it's location. I'm going to click into this location box, and I'm then going to drag it to move that video up and down the screen. Now, as you can see at the moment, I haven't got the video selected. I've got the image selected, and so it's moving the image up and down the screen, right? So I'm just going to set that back to 0. Worst comes to worst, double click on it, and you can just type it. So I'm going to select the video, make sure I'm on the video layer, and do the same thing, and I should be able to then move that video up to where I want it. All right, so let's have a look, -33. Now, you'll notice, though, when I move this slider along, it says -33 all the way along. But if I actually make this change halfway through a video or somewhere along this line, then it's going to look funny, because if I go back a little bit, you can see the previous area here says -21. I want to make sure that that's exactly the same number all the way along. So here you go, -33. Go back a little bit. I want it -33 in all of that. It does take a little bit of playing around just to get each one right. So -33. But it depends on the video. Like if you've got a video that's got a black screen like this one does, then it makes it a little bit more difficult to try and find the beginning or the first frame so you can move things around. But there you go. Now we've got it up there, and there's our video ready to go. And it was simple. It took us like 5 or 10 minutes after you've recorded the actual video. Now, how do we publish this video ready for TikTok? Well, you can see we've got the frame size right, and we can actually play it and test it. I'm not going to do it in here, because one of the things that happens with the video in here is that sometimes when you play it, it sounds a bit funny, like you're only getting every second or third or fourth word in the video. Don't panic, right? The end result will be okay. So how do we publish? Well, there's a big red button up the top here. What we're going to do is click on this red button. It says export video. And the first thing you want to do is give it a title. Name your videos, right? It will help you find them later, and it will help with search engine optimization on those videos as well when you go to post them on the social media channels you want to post them on later as well. So it's very important to name your videos. I'm not going to do that with this one because I've already published this video previously, but I just want to show you how to do it. The second thing is make sure you browse your computer and put it into a file that you know where it is. My advice, like I did here previously, is create a file. Now, I've created one called GA, but you could create one called TT for TikTok and put all of your TikTok videos in the one folder. Again, why? Well, being organized just helps you to get your material quicker, right? So once we've done that, you can see here profile is set to all formats, but the target, that's fine. But what we want to focus on is the video profile. Now you can see here, I've selected HD vertical 1080p at 30 frames a second, which works out to be, lo and behold, 1080 by 1920. Now, if I click on this, you'll see there are hundreds of options in here for producing videos. Now, why is that important? Well, as I mentioned it before, if you're going to produce a different video for, let's say, YouTube, you can also use this program. But let's stick with what we've done today. So HD video, 1080 by 1920, and it's as simple as clicking export. So I'll let that run. I'm not going to use this video, as I said, because I've already published it previously today. So I'm just going to cancel that. But it doesn't take more than 3 minutes, 4 minutes maybe to produce this video. So let's just cancel that for the moment. All right, so let's say we've got our video done. What do we do next? Well, we're going to go back to TikTok. Now, you need to be able to log into your TikTok account. And so you can do that again at tiktok.com/en. When you downloaded that application before, by the way, where you downloaded the desktop app, if I just minimize these two for a minute, what you'll find is, and I'll just close off the PowerPoint, is you'll end up with a logo on your desktop like this, which is for the TikTok desktop app. And it's this that you want to click on to open the desktop version of TikTok here. And you can log into your account up the top. Once you've logged into your account, what you can do is click on View Profile. That will show you all of the videos you have in your account. And one of the things you can do, and that you should do, once you've published a video, by the way, is click on it and watch it. And you can see how clean and clear these are. And this is the style of video that you can use in, again, as I mentioned previously, your Instagram and Facebook accounts. The first thing you should do is click on the love heart and give yourself some love, right? Because you worked hard to get that video up there. The second thing you want to do is grab this link, and this is the link you can use to post in Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or anywhere else you want. But posting the video this way is different to actually sharing it as a story, which I'll talk to you about later. All right, so how do we upload the video we've just made? So again, let's have a look at this video. So this is the video that I've created from the process we just went through. You can see it here. I'll just turn the volume off. So here it is with the link in the bio, the register button, the video at the top. It looks clean. It looks neat. How do we get this into TikTok? Well, it's really, really simple. Let's just move that off the screen again. I'm going to go to this button up here that says Upload Video. And I'm going to show you how quick and easy this is to upload, right? So we're going to drag and drop that video into the select video area over here. And while that's uploading, we want to give it a caption. So did you miss the hashtag, let's say hashtag live session on using TikTok, right? Nothing spectacular, but you can see up here you're limited to 150 characters, all right? See, you can't type too much in there. It's always a good idea, though, to give it a hashtag, like in this case, we'll say TikTok, okay? And we'll do another hashtag, and we'll say Groove Asia. Right, like that. Put a couple of things in here. And while this video is uploading, spend some time thinking about what it is you want to write in here, right? Be really concise about what the video is about, because, again, this will help out with SEO and optimization later. Not only here, but when you go to share it, all of the information that you put in here will show up on those share pages. So if you've seen any of the TikTok videos that I've put up previously, you'd notice that. I can't hear you, Simon.
I was saying you're breaking up a little bit. I think it's because you're multitasking and you're uploading some videos. And I'm not sure if it's just me, but of course, I think that maybe if we wait until the video is uploaded so that it frees up a little bit of bandwidth for you, then perhaps it wouldn't be as glitchy as what we're actually seeing right now. So we'll give you a few seconds after that's done so that you actually have time, and it looks like it's a little bit better already. But for all of you who are watching right now, if you think that this is good value, if you're appreciating it, definitely give Mr. Nicholas, as he says, right, give yourself some love, but also give him some love as well, because he is just sharing this out of the kindness of his heart. And of course, he wants all of us to be successful in our Groove promotion. So definitely show him your appreciation. And of course, later on, when you have some questions, definitely put them into the comments, and at the end, Mr. Nicholas is going to have them answered for you. All right, so with that, it looks like everything is all well and dandy again. So Mr. Nicholas, we're going to pass the ball right back to you.
Excellent. Thanks, Simon. All right, so if you missed what I was saying before, after I started the upload of the video, it sounds like it was breaking up a little bit, but what I was talking about is putting in the caption. All right, so it's really important while the video is uploading that you explain in this caption what this video is about and put in some hashtags. Again, there's a couple of reasons for this, right? Number one, it comes down to having information about what the video is about, right? It's really, really important that you explain to people what the video is about before they click on it, because otherwise they're not going to click on it. They're not going to know what they expect. So what I want you to do and consider here is making sure you put information in here. And if you have been seeing any of the TikTok videos that I've published on my personal social media pages or Groove Asia or any of the other sites I've run, you'll notice that this information is what shows up beside the video, okay, to explain to people what the video is about. So high value in here. Make sure you explain what it's about and put in some hashtags. Definitely use your hashtags. Why? Well, let's just say when it comes to social media and hashtags, they're quite important. All right, so the next thing I want to look at here is I've got my caption in. My video is uploaded. You can see it's playing in the bottom here, so I'll just pause it, but I can test it to make sure it's working. Down the bottom here, you've got a couple of options. You can make a video public for friends only, or you can make it private. Why you'd want to make it private when you're doing marketing, I don't know. But friends, okay, maybe you want to get an opinion from someone first about a particular type of marketing you're doing. Maybe you want to connect it just to a few of your friends in a group, get some feedback. You could do it that way. But you definitely want to post it public when you're trying to get people engaged in what you're doing. The other thing you want to do is check about comments, duets, and stitches. Sure. You know, who knows? You could make a video that could go absolutely nuts on TikTok. And I've seen it happen already, right? People will do it. They will comment on it. And as soon as that starts to happen, you will get thousands, if not tens of thousands of people watching that video. And talk about viralness. TikTok video is where it's at. I'm really excited, as you can tell, but I'm more excited for you and the potential that you have and what you can create with this amazing system. Once that's done, let's have a look. Post. So I'll just click on the post button, and as you can see, it takes a few seconds to upload, and then I can click on view profile. We'll give it a minute. Goes back to the profile, and as quick as that, there is our video. So it's just been uploaded, no views yet. Our other one has gone from 168 while we've done this video to 172. So another 4 or 5 users watched the first video while we were making this one. How incredible is that? Again, click on the video. Make sure you give yourself some love up here, okay? And this link here is what you can use to publish into your own personal pages, or you can send it to Twitter. You can send it to WhatsApp. But the thing about this is here, and if I just go back to the slideshow that I had from before, or actually I've closed it, but I'll just mention what I was talking about was that once you've got these videos into your account, what you can do is go into your mobile phone. So I have a mobile phone here. You can go into TikTok on your mobile phone, open up the video on your mobile. So open up the video on your mobile, and down the bottom right-hand corner somewhere on your mobile device, there will be a button when you're watching your own video that says download. And you can download the video from your TikTok account to your mobile device. Now, once it's on your mobile device, if you've used Reels or anything like that on Facebook or Instagram, you'll know it's as simple as opening up your Instagram account, clicking on Reels or Showtime, selecting the video you've just downloaded, and sending it out to thousands and thousands of other people to preview across multiple social media channels. Now, if that doesn't get you excited, if that does not inspire you to start creating videos, I don't know what will. Now, I've seen there's a couple of questions there, and we'll get into questions in a minute. But as far as the presentation goes, that's pretty much it. That's all there is to TikTok marketing. So I'll send it back to Simon for a minute. I'm going to take a drink, and then we'll see if we've got any questions we can answer for you after that.
That's awesome. And it's a little bit confusing because I see two of me on the screen and it's very different, the video. And it's the first time I'm seeing myself on the screen as well. But I think that in terms of the actual video itself, I'm not sure if we're able to play the sound, but I'm actually quite curious because I want to know about that 1 minute video. And maybe it looks like it's a variation or an edited version of one of the longer videos that we might have created in the past. Would you mind, Mr. Nicholas, to kind of play it and then just to give all of us a much better and clearer idea on what a typical and recommended 1 minute or less TikTok video should be like? Is that okay with you? You are muted, Mr. Nicholas.
So the new one we've just uploaded, or the very first video?
Well, I mean, they're 1 minute or less, right? So why don't we play them both so that we can actually learn more from you and your expertise, and with your expert eye, what type of videos are able, and more specifically, I mean, in less than 1 day, close to over 150, 168 views. I think a lot of it also has to do with the quality of the video as well. So maybe just show us really quickly exactly how the video looks like, maybe what type of video can garner these type of views and results, and so that we can learn from the master such as yourself.
No worries. Well, I wouldn't say I'm a master, but I'm just someone who spends time learning these things, and I'm happy to pass them on. Look, the video is obviously one really important thing. So the quality of the video, and as I mentioned before, when you're doing your screen recordings and you're saving your videos, right, you need to save the video at 1920 by 1080 first. So let me just go back to here. So this is the original video that I imported along with the image. So if I right click on this video and have a look at the properties on this video. So the properties on this video, you'll see the video is 1920 by 1080. It might be a little bit hard to see that. I'll see if I can zoom in on it. I probably can't on this particular screen, but it's 1920 by 1080. And then the TikTok video itself is a reverse of that. So it's 1080 by 1920. So having a good quality video, and again, a good quality image, I'll just close that off, that we can use in the background is also really important. So having a good quality image, and if I just go into my Usign account here, you'll see that the image I actually used for that video, if I view it, you'll see here it is. This is the one that I used for the background. So we just go back to the account. I'll open up this first video. I'll turn the sound on.
Hi, this is Simon Leung with Groove Asia.
Let me just pause it, and I'll turn my volume up a bit at this end so you can hear it a bit better. Hang on.
You might be wondering, will it be just like the Groovathon? The Groove Webinars, the Fast Start Marketing Lab, Groove Digital presents State of the Groovia. The answer is no. The Groove Asia launch event will be a weekend extravaganza full of education, opportunities, and fun. It's only going to happen one time with no promise of replay or recordings, and it's guaranteed to be a live event like no other. And yes, all free. 2 full days jam-packed with high-value content featuring the partners of Groove, the all-star marketing team, and a few hand-selected of the top experts in the world to share their online business secrets with you. You're welcome. Right here at grooveasia.cm.
Right, so as you can see, that was the first video. Now, there's a lot of information you can pack into a minute, right? It's incredible how much information you can pass to someone. And yes, I'd highly recommend that if you are not following this account, that you start following this account, because we're going to be providing lots of 1 minute videos that are absolutely remarkable. And maybe if we're lucky and I feel up to it, I may do a follow-up session on showing you how you can borrow legally videos from other people's TikTok accounts to place on your own if you're struggling to find content. We'll talk about that later. All right, let's have a look at this second video that we just uploaded today. You gotta get into the groove. GrooveAsia.cm, TikTok video marketing. So here's what we covered in the live. Setups, downloading desktop apps. We also looked at screen capture software. We looked at video editing software and how to get the most out of your videos, creating videos and images for your TikToks, publishing videos to TikTok. More importantly, we also looked at attracting TikTok followers and how to use your TikTok videos on Instagram and Facebook stories. There is more to come. Thanks for watching. If you missed the live, then check the replay. Yep, pretty straightforward. So that's what we've done. We've covered everything that was in that video. And again, we're just telling people, look, if you weren't here for the live, check the replay. Now, the one thing that I didn't mention that I did say I was going to cover was followers, right? How do you get followers? Well, it's quite simple. Up here, you can see that we've had a couple of people view the video now, and up the very top on my desktop app here, you can see that I've got this little number 2. So I'm going to go in here, and you can see, look at this. People are starting to follow. So I'm simply going to go follow back, and follow back. Now, you also might want to have a look at under the For You section and follow some of the larger accounts. So people that already have, 1,000 or 5,000 or 10,000 followers. And then once you follow them, if one of them, just one of them follows you back, here's a sneaky trick. You can then go into their account and follow all of their followers. And guess what's going to happen from there? Well, I don't need to tell you. You can guess what's going to happen from there, right? You're going to get a stack of more followers. And just make sure that you come back into your account and you follow back absolutely everyone that follows you up to and around about 1,000 to 2,000 followers. After that, you could probably take a break for a while. But I think the mean here is about 1,000 to 2,000 followers. If you can get to that level and you get enough good quality videos out, your account's going to take off. There's no question. Now, I can tell you now from personal experience on my personal account, and it's only been up for 7 days. I've put a little video up every day. I've reshared that same video, as I've mentioned, on Facebook and on Instagram. And every day, ladies and gentlemen, every day, I'm getting sign-ups for Groove. So if that doesn't excite you, I don't know what will. All right, that's it from me in regards to that. Unless there's any more questions, Simon, let me know.
That is super awesome. So let's all give Mr. Nicholas a big, huge round of virtual applause, because that, to me, was absolutely amazing. I hope that you see the exact same type of amazement that I do, because it's not just about teaching about TikTok. It's not just about sharing what is cool with video marketing. As you can see, Mr. Nicholas is wrapping everything up to share with you that, yes, he is using these exact same strategies to get signups to Groove every single day. Right? It's super amazing. And whether it's for the Groove launch events or whether it's for the free account, I can tell you, because I am actually looking inside of the GrooveAsia.cm accounts every single day. Mr. Nicholas, he is our top affiliate right now. He's got the most referrals. He's the most active. He's gotten the most people into the launch event to register for the free account. And he's obviously using all these strategies that are proven to work. Many of them he shared with you right here today. Okay, so with all of that, I'm sure you're going to want to learn more from Mr. Nicholas, as Mr. Nicholas also mentioned, hey, if he's feeling up for it, if he's feeling kind, if he's feeling generous, maybe he'll come back. Maybe he'll do a part 2 on TikTok, or maybe he will come back and share more other different strategies, because I can rest assured you that this guy is just a jack of all trades. He uses all these different kinds of strategies, and each and every single one works extremely, extremely well. So with that said, just know that later on, we may or may not continue, depending on where you're watching us right here, right now. We may or may not be able to share every single one of these sessions directly into all of our variety of communities. So if you want to make sure that you don't miss out on any of Mr. Nicholas's future sessions or any one of my future sessions, I will tell you that right there inside of our private Groove Asia communities, Mr. Nicholas has actually shared a lot of different videos already that is not available anywhere else. Okay, so first and foremost, go over to grooveover.to/groove social. And once you go to that page, you will see a variety of different social communities that are related to our Groove expansion project. Okay, do us a favor, do yourself a favor, join every single one of them. Like it. If it's a Facebook page, subscribe. If it's a YouTube channel, join. If it is a private Facebook group, because you're going to want to be there in each and every single one of them. We also have its own unique exclusive content as well. So with that, I think that this is pretty much all of the content that we are having for you here today. We are approaching the 1 hour mark. However, before we do let you go, we do want to say hi to just a few more of you who continue to say hi. Curtis is saying hello. We also have Jahanika saying absolutely. Tara is also saying thank you. But in addition, if you actually do have some questions, do let us know before Nicholas leaves. While we still have him here, let's make sure that at least 1 or 2 questions are addressed, so that we have the opportunity to basically get as much of value as possible and have all of your questions actually answered here as well. Or all I'm seeing right now is just a whole bunch of thank yous to you, Mr. Nick. You're like Santa Claus today. You're like Saint Nick today, not just Mr. Nick. That was really cool. I agree. Min is saying thank you. You're getting a lot of thanks. And I'm just going to scroll up just a little bit, because I did see a couple of questions as you were talking. And I remember you said, hey, let's save our questions until the end. And so Curtis right here is asking, what was the free software that you were mentioning earlier?
Okay, yeah. So as far as the software, if I've got my screen share still on, I think I do. There was 2. One for screen recording was the Screencast-O-Matic. So that's the link up there. I don't know if Simon can put it up. The Screencast-O-Matic.com, or there's the
yeah. How do you spell it? Screencast?
Screencast, yeah, -o-matic.com. Yep, /screen recorder. But if you just go to screenomatic.com, they've got a whole heap of products, and you can see screen recorder right there at the beginning anyway. The other one was OBS Studio, which is at the obsproject.com. But these are for recording your screen, right? So these are the 2 programs. Some of you might be used to Loom as an example, or the horrid, terrible thing that we've all been using during this period of our life, Zoom. You can use Zoom, right, to record yourself too if you need to. You can do that as well. And
yeah, we're actually using StreamYard right now.
Yeah.
And so this is also something that you can use to record. Although I will say, and this changed over the last, I don't know, 30 to 60 days. Previously on the free account, you were also able to record, albeit at only 720 resolution at the max. But now, the latest that I checked, you do need an upgraded account just to have that recording feature. But you're still able to stream. You're still able to, once you stream either on YouTube or on Facebook or whatever other social media property, it's automatically recorded anyway. Okay, so it just doesn't allow you to have to record only feature, but using StreamYard, you're still able to go ahead and do a real live stream and then have that being recorded in the process.
Yeah, and so look, the last piece of software was the openshot.org, and that's the one that I used to actually create the TikTok video with. So that's the editor that you use. So if I can just bring back up that editor, openshot.org, that will give you your video editor.
Yeah,
That
so
you can use.
Jivanjot was also asking that, and I guess this was when you were talking about it. He's asking if you can repeat it again, if it's openshot.org, and it looks like that it is, right?
Yeah, openshot.org. And as I said, it's a great piece of software. Number one, it's free. But you can do all sorts of video editing. So it's not just TikTok videos. I want you to think about what you can do. I'm sure Simon, the master of YouTube videos, will provide some more training later on about that if he hasn't done so already. He's done plenty of courses in Groove about it already, and in Groove Asia. You might want to check those out. So this is another piece of software you can do that with, and it's free. What more could you ask for? But free. We love free.
Free is awesome. Naveen is also asking, can we use TikTok only on desktop?
No, you can use it on your mobile phone. That's fine. But the whole point of having the desktop app is that it allows you to do obviously screen recordings on your computer, make tutorial videos on your computer, upload from your computer. And if I just go back to the account, so I'll just get it up here. If I go back to our account on the desktop, you'll notice up here where I went to the inbox before, and I just liked all those people that followed us. The other thing you can do in here is you can check your own likes. You can have comments, right? So if people leave you comments like they have done, you can reply to those comments in the mentions. If you get a mention, you can follow up on the mentions, and you can check on all your followers. So here we go. We got some more. So let's just follow them back. It's just taking off already while we're doing it live, which is incredible. So
yeah, and so if you haven't already, make sure that you're also following the TikTok channel, because once you do that, you'll also be able to see exactly everything that we're doing. Mr. Nicholas is also lending a hand to optimize the account, to manage it, to be uploading videos. As you can see, that is exactly what he's doing. So if you want to learn from the master himself, follow exactly, model what he's doing that is proven to get real results. Definitely make sure to follow the account as well as all of other social media accounts as well, because that will allow you to actually learn and model what is proven to work. Okay, and Curtis is saying, yes, helps us unite with everyone. I was wondering about the video editing. Yes, that one. Thank you very much. So it looks like those are all of the questions that we have right here so far today. And so, of course, a little bit over an hour now. We definitely appreciate your time, Mr. Nicholas, for sharing. You did a great job, man. I mean, you said that you were nervous. You're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't know what's going to happen. And you were spectacular. You were just like a master at his work. And I think that whatever the case, it just looks like you didn't skip an entire beat. You just mixed it up, and you just created such tremendous value, like the true master that you already are. And so we thank you for your time. And yes, I'm definitely going to take you up on your offer to come back on here again and share more value, whether it's on TikTok part 2 or something else. And so for all of you who are interested in following us and making sure that you don't miss out on any one of our future sessions with Mr. Nicholas, go over to grooveover.to/groove social. Make sure that you are a part of all of our variety of communities, because once we are able to do that, and check out the ticker right below this video, you're going to see a lot of links where you're going to be able to find out more, so much more, about how to join the Groove team, about how to be a bigger part of what we do, about how to get all of your questions answered. It's just a whole bunch of different resources that we want to make available to you. So with that, I want to thank you for your time here today, Mr. Nicholas. Is there any parting words that you have for us?
Yeah, take action. You've got the tools now. Do something with them, right? Have some fun. Enjoy the process, because really, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be successful, all you've got to do is take action. Nothing more to it. Have fun.
Have fun. Absolutely. I absolutely agree. And so, with that, we want to appreciate and thank you for all of your time here today because we know that your time is precious. Of course, if you're joining us live, give us a hashtag live. If you're watching us on the replay, give us a hashtag replay, but turn on those notifications so that the next time that we are on live, you can join us live, maybe not in person, but at least virtually, so that we can actually engage with you. As you can see, we're very interactive. We like to talk to you. We like to answer your questions. We like to address you by name. And so, with all of that, definitely one of the biggest benefits of being a part of our community. And we look forward to having so much more and maybe having you as a mentor and a sharer one day as well. All right. So, on behalf of Mr. Nicholas, myself, the entire Groove community and Groove team, we thank you for your time here today. As Mr. Nicholas said, take action right now. Let us know if you have any questions, and we shall see you. Where, Mr. Nicholas?
In the groove, buddy. In the groove.
In the groove, on the inside, at the top, whatever. See you, folks. Have a great rest of the weekend, and we will catch you next time.
You gotta get into the groove.